The Dungeon Siege series has been there and back again, beginning its life as a competent if generic Diablo clone, and eventually spawning a disastrous Uwe Boll film before falling into the hands of Obsidian Entertainment. In Dungeon Siege 3, the developer of Neverwinter Nights 2 and Fallout New Vegas tries to breathe life into a series that's been dormant for years. Part of the studio's approach, not surprisingly, is to go heavy on the story. Dungeon Siege 3 takes you back to the Kingdom of Ebb. Long story short, the vile villain Jane Cassinder has overseen the slaughter of the storied valiant 10th Legion, becoming the de facto ruler of much of Ebb in the process. Each of the 4 playable characters you can choose from has ties to the military order, and at the game's outset, you answer a call from Venerable Odo, the last known surviving 10th Legionnaire, to rally and take back the kingdom.
Help us restore all that was lost. Your faithful friend, Odo.
Dungeon Siege 3 is particularly dialogue-heavy for a hack-and-slash RPG. It wouldn't be an Obsidian game without branching dialogue trees, and Dungeon Siege 3's work just like you'd expect. By extension, this means that you'll get to indulge in the occasional moral choice mixed amidst the run-of-the-mill quest dialogue. And if you've invited someone into your co-op game, expect them to have their say. What you'll certainly find off-putting is the camera angle for the dialogue sequences. They never shift away from facing the character you're talking to, so get used to staring at your party's back.
You have my thanks. And I suppose I can offer you this as well.
The systems that dictate character advancement work to give you some leeway in your character's development without allowing you to truly botch their effectiveness. As you level up, you pick abilities that grant you specific powers, assign specializations that alter the way these behave, and choose talents to give you metagame buffs. This 3-pronged system might sound a little convoluted, but you'll appreciate the customizability once you get a chance to tinker with it. Each character has 2 stances designed to grant them the versatility to handle different scenarios, and as you make your choices when you level up, you'll invariably end up focusing toward one. Katarina, for instance, can switch between her rifle, which does heavy damage at long range, and her twin shotguns, which are good for handling crowds at close range. While in rifle stance, she has powers that debilitate enemies and inflict heavy damage. When dual-wielding shotguns, her attacks hit multiple enemies, and her powers lean toward crowd control. The minute-to-minute action is about what you'd expect, and based on the preview version we played, it all translates well to an Xbox 360 controller. The overarching dynamic revolves around a resource called Focus, which builds as you perform basic attacks and depletes when you shoot your powers. As you fight, you also build up power orbs that you can use to unleash enhanced versions of your special attacks. You also have defensive measures to lean on when you're overwhelmed, including a block that depletes focus the longer you hold it, and a roll that lets you dodge attacks or put distance between you and your assailants. Moreover, every character has access to defensive abilities that you can activate while blocking. When combined with the aforementioned stances, your defensive capabilities make it so that combat never devolves into you standing still and trading blows with your enemies. Unless you actually want it to. At this point, it's safe to say that Dungeon Siege 3 has got the basics right. Whether or not the experience can hold your interest for the long term remains to be seen. Stay tuned for our full review once the game hits stores next month.